summer here at Rock Eagle. I just started this position in January of this year. And this is Charlie. Charlie, want to introduce yourself?
Hey y'all, I'm Charlie Worst. I'm the camping coordinator for Georgia 4-H.
So this summer, I was really looking forward to seeing Rock Eagle Summer Camp. So I worked at Camp Jekyll, and I've got to be part of summer camp there, and Fortson, so I've seen how those camps work, and I was pumped to see summer camp at Rock Eagle this summer. But unfortunately, as you know, we're unable to host our residential summer camp program this year. And I was really hoping to just see some of the things that make summer camp so special here at Rock Eagle.
Well, Lauren, you're right. It's going to be a little different doing it here when it's this quiet. It's not really supposed to be this quiet during the summertime at Rock Eagle. For those of us who work here, we get to enjoy Rock Eagle like this a lot of the year, but it's not supposed to be like this right now. And we really wish that all of our campers and those who come with them to have fun at camp here at Rock Eagle and at all of our centers were there now experiencing camp. But hey, listen, we were looking forward to you being here too. It's been fun to work with you at the other centers where you've worked, and we were looking forward to you being a part of summer camp at Rock Eagle this year. So thanks for giving me the opportunity, and we will, let's just take a chance to walk around, and we'll talk about some of the special things that happen during summer camp at Rock Eagle at the places where they happen.
Let's do it.
Here,
Oh, yeah.
Sutton Hall West. It's where it really all starts. You know, this isn't a real exciting shot or anything, but yeah, once we have the 850 to 950 kids who arrive every Monday, they pretty much make their way here first. We go in right over on that side of the building where they get their name tags and meet the counselors for the first time. Their agents get them signed up and get all the stuff that you have to do to do a week of camp kind of in order so they can go out and start to play and have fun and learn. And so that's what we'll do. We'll start here. This is where it all starts, and now let's go play and learn and have fun.
All right, let's do it.
Hey, Lauren, I know that when we were over at Sutton Hall, I said that's where everything got started, but actually, the camping week gets started here at the chapel on Monday mornings at about 9:30 usually. The counselors all meet and talk about the week and what to expect, and just sort of like a little pep rally to get ready for all the campers coming in for the week. We were really looking forward to being back in the chapel this year, and that's a little disappointing like everything else, but here it is, and it's beautiful, and we just can't wait till we're back in it again.
We're ready. So Charlie, major interest classes. I heard those terms thrown around a little bit, but what exactly are those?
Good question, Lauren. Major interest classes are classes.
Oh,
So there you go. Camp is supposed to be fun, and it's not. If it's not fun, it's not camp. It's summertime. Your kids aren't necessarily wanting to be in class, but we are part of the University of Georgia. We're part of the College of Ag and Environmental Sciences. So if we're going to operate a camp here and elsewhere at our other centers, we owe it to these kids to teach them something. So we have classes that we during the week, and they fall into this category that I don't know how it first came to be known as this, but at Rock Eagle it's called major interest. So if you hear about major interest, it's just the classes that they go to. Now most of the classes that our campers attend here at Rock Eagle are really offshoots of a lot of what's being taught in our environmental education program during the school year. I really believe that when I came back into this job, and I've said this quite a bit, one of the best improvements of the camping program from the time that I was a counselor until now is all the additional activities and resources that the environmental education, the growth of the 4-H environmental education program has brought to our centers that we can use at camp. So we really have a chance to teach a lot better herpetology class at camp than we used to, or an entomology class at camp than we used to. A few of the classes we teach here at Rock Eagle during the year aren't necessarily quite the same as are taught during the environmental education year, during the school year for that curriculum, but the EE staff and instructors are still a great resources to kind of put the classes that we put together. And in addition to, I mentioned entomology and herpetology, lake ecology, forestry, wildlife, and I said Lake Ecology, didn't I?
Yeah.
That may be all
I think
of
you
them.
got them all.
Okay, even with a cue card, I couldn't get it right. But and then archery, we teach archery.
Oh, that's so fun.
And that's camp. I mean,
Yeah.
that's definitely camp. 2 classes that everybody who comes to camp here at Rock Eagle takes are canoeing, and that's also camp. I mean, when you think about summer camp anywhere, you think about canoeing. And then a class that we call HOP, which stands for Health's Our Pledge, as in I pledge my health to better living.
Oh, yeah.
Part of the 4-H pledge. So it's a healthy lifestyles, healthy living class that focuses on good nutrition and fitness and keeping yourself fit and things that you can do that. So that's kind of the choices that are out there that our campers will take some combination of all those classes while they're here for a week of camp.
Sounds fun. All right, so what are we doing at one of the cabins, Charlie?
Well, Lauren, a lot of the magic of camp here at Rock Eagle happens in the cabin. I mean, plain and simply. I think we forget so many times. It's the first time a lot of campers have had a chance to be away at home, from home on their own. It's an exciting time to be able to be here with your friends and living in a different place away from home. And a lot of friendships are made, we hope, and a lot of good times are had in the cabin. We do a lot of things outside the cabin. There are a lot of times when we encourage activity outside the cabin, but there are a lot of fun things that happen when you're getting to know the people that you're living with in the cabin for the week. And one of those things that's so important to me is what we call Milk Cottage. Now, in almost every other instance of what we do at camp, we call this building a cabin. But somehow since this we first established what we call Milk Cottage, that name is stuck. And I don't know, a cottage, a special little place in the woods, I have no idea. But yeah, it's called Milk Cottage. When I was a counselor 411 years ago, it happened at night. And the reason it was called Milk Cottage is real simple. We brought milk or chocolate milk, or I think at that point it was just milk or chocolate milk that we would bring to the kids at night and just share a few moments talking to them about what their day was like and so forth, and just a way to wind down for the evening and spend a little time with the campers. When I came back into my job in the early 2000s, I thought one of the very best improvements that had been made in the program was to establish a Milk Cottage time late in the afternoon when most of the day's activities were over, kind of transitioning to the evening time, because I just think it's a way to make a big camp like Rock Eagle seem smaller. It's a way to give you a counselor that you can call your own. In that vein, I brought a counselor who has experienced Milk Cottage more recently, and she has lived within my bubble for the last 3.5 months. But Mackenzie has been a counselor more recently than I have, so she's done afternoon Milk Cottage like I never did. So that's why I thought she might be able to give a little more insight than I would.
Yeah, Mackenzie, would you mind sharing just something a memory from Milk Cottage or something that you enjoyed about your time doing Milk Cottage?
Yeah, so Milk Cottage with our campers in the afternoon was a really special time just because we could kind of gather them together and talk about the fun things that they had been doing during their day and maybe get excited about what there is to look forward to in the week too. I think one of my favorite memories from Milk Cottage is just the crazy games that my campers would come up with, games that don't exist, but because they say so, they do. And we always had a lot of fun getting really creative, whether it was a dance party in the craft house or just sitting around and talking about our days. It was always a really special time just to hang out and get to know each and every one of the campers.
Awesome.
I really do believe that Milk Cottage may be the most underrated, important part of camp here at Rock Eagle. Warren, you like a good show?
I love a good show.
Well, I don't know if you'd want to be here on Wednesday nights then, because I can't always promise how good it's going to be. But no, it normally is a great show, and the kids love it. And I think the variety show and the finale on Wednesday night, which so many people look forward to, it happens at a good time of week because it's great to get inside in the air conditioning and sit down and really when I think about the variety show and the finale over my time here, it has really become a badge of honor to kids if they lose their voice during the variety show. You'll hear campers say, "Oh, I love it, I lost my voice," about the variety show. But when this place has 850 to 950 people in it, I love it. I always tell the counselors in our morning meeting on Wednesday that I love what's coming up that night for their sake, because they'll never feel as close to being a star in their life. And when they do their different acts and come running down the aisles or come out from behind the curtain, and you have all of these kids just go absolutely crazy and sing the songs with them, and they're up out of their seats. It's just, it's kind of a part of doing things at Rock Eagle. It can't as big as we do them, but it's something everybody has come to expect, and the counselors love it. It just brings a giant jolt of energy to the place right in the middle of the week, and just gives us a lot of oomph as we go into the nation dance later that night, and the night hike over to Pioneer Camp where we do s'mores, and so everybody just comes out of here headed to those other big activities so fired up because of all the energy that happened in the variety show. Water slide, really popular. Go down feet first. Don't go till the lifeguard tells you to. It's lots of fun.
Now this is a part of Rock Eagle that I have seen before. I really love the Rock Eagle Mound.
Yeah, Lauren, this is at its very basic level, I just like for campers to come here and look out and know that this place is named Rock Eagle for a reason.
Yeah, there's the Rock Eagle
there it
right
is.
there.
There is a Rock Eagle. We actually have a Rock Eagle nearby. And then, of course, we make sure that they have an opportunity to learn a little bit about the history of the Rock Eagle and the fact that it's about 2,000 years old, and some of the dimensions, 120 feet from wingtip to wingtip, 102 feet from head to tail, 8 feet deep in the middle, and all of those facts that we share with them. Actually, the campers' trip over to see the eagle is the beginning of a nature hike that they take. They hike one of the trails back to the center. And so that's a highlight for a lot of kids is being, they're assigned one of our sports and recreation counselors. Each of the sports and recreation counselors are assigned a group of campers, and they come up and they kind of make a little presentation about the effigy mound itself, and then they take them on the nature hike back to the center. Now, the nature hike is actually part, we talked about major interest a while ago, but it's part of what we call special interest program here at Rock Eagle. And that includes the visit to the mound and the nature hike. It includes crafts, and of course crafts are a big part of camp, summer camp, no matter where you go. So it includes a trip to the craft house to do crafts, and the visit to the mound and the hike. And then another part that's basically has come about because of our Native American theme here at Rock Eagle, and that is Native Village. We recreate, and the environmental education program uses some of this same curriculum, but we kind of recreate what we think a native village for the southeastern Indians would have been like about the time the mound was built. What kind of crops were they growing? How did they get their water? What kind of lodging did they stay in, and those kind of things. So all of those things come together, sort of built, most of that built off of our theme. Even the crafts sometimes will be built off of the Native American thing. We've done dream catchers in the past and things of that nature. So most of the special interest program goes back to trying to hopefully teach just a little bit about Native American culture and what it might have been like about the time that the effigy mound was built.
Well, this is something, if you are at Rock Eagle, you should not miss coming up to see the mound. We had to climb a tower to get up here and get this vantage point, but the view is definitely worth it. Hey Charlie, what are we doing here at the back of the auditorium?
Well, Lauren, we were down at the pageant grounds, and it's natural. The pageant, on a lot of levels, feels like the end of the week of camp, but for the campers that are here, it's nothing like the end of the week of camp. because this is where it finishes. We come right here outside the auditorium, and on the hill that's behind us here, we line up by the tribes that we have during the week: Shawnee, Cherokee, Muskogee, and we announce the winner of the Tribal Shield.
The Tribal
The
Shield.
prize that all three tribes have been competing for all week. We announce the winner here on Friday morning, and that's really the last thing we do at camp. And it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of tension. There's a lot of cheering. There's a lot of yelling. There's a lot of saying goodbye up until the time you see counselors and campers all together in front of Sutton, outside of the canteen, and we make our way down here, do some cheers, and award the Tribal Shield. And it's just a lot of fun, and I always make pretty much the same speech, and I always mean it. And that is, everybody comes to camp and works hard and does their best. And it's fun to see everybody come together to have a good time and a good week of camp. And you really do wish you could award the shield to everyone, but it's just sort of a lesson in life. Sometimes you're going to come in first, and sometimes you may not. But that doesn't mean that it wasn't a great week anyway. So that's the kind of thing we wanted to experience here. One special thing to me is we run through this little stick every week in giving away the Tribal Shield, and before we finally make the final call, early on in my time, I started to come over to this spot on this wall, and I found that I would just come here and I'd put my head down because I didn't want to look up and give away who was going to win the Tribal Shield. I didn't want to look at the winner or anything, so I got to where I would come to this spot and put my head down like this, and it just got to the place where I enjoyed so much knowing that I was going to hear an explosion of sound come from one of these places on the hill, but without looking, you never know right when it's going to come.
Yes.
So I just sit here and wait, and it can seem like I'm waiting for
Years,
a
I'm sure.
year
Yeah.
sometimes,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden you hear bam, that explosion of sound when the Tribal Shield's awarded, and you look up at that point and you see how happy and everything, and just a great way to end a great week of camp.
It sticks with you.
It does. And Lauren, I just really, again, yeah, we didn't get to do it this time, but 4-H camp will be here, not just here, but at all of our centers across the state. We're going to be back here next year. If any of you watching this are campers or think you want to be campers, please talk to your county extension agents and make sure that you are on the bus and headed to camp next summer, because we would love to see you here or at one of our other centers so that you can be part of all that we've talked about today.